So traders, people are wondering, when is gold going to crash? When is gold going to crash? John, you keep saying gold crash, gold crash, gold crash, but no gold crash, no gold crash, no gold crash. And I want to say no gold crash? Interesting. Okay, so where are we? How are we? How much are we on down from the highs already? What, 6%, 7%? In what? And it's hardly moved. So I'm going to talk to you guys about a few different things from a technical analysis point of view, but also from a dollar point of view, because you guys like to look at the dollar as well too. And if the dollar triggers this one thing, that could trigger the meltdown in gold, and I see a 20+% drop coming in gold. And then also we're going to talk about the recession when it comes to gold as well too. So that's what I want to cover with you guys. Do not place a trade based off what you're seeing in this video. There is no guarantees of anything I'm saying that is likely that could actually plan out. Okay, when you trade the markets, and I'm seeing this so much in the comment section, use a trading system. Don't use a video, use a trading system. This is more just an education to give you guys an update of what's happening right now. Okay, be smart about the way you're trading, right? No gambling and hoping and wishing. No, be professional. Use systems, rules, patterns to get involved with this. Now, here is the thing that I'd say about when it comes to the good old gold market. Okay, so this is obviously what's happening with the dollar here right now. Now, let me actually talk about here from a perspective of gold and what's going on with gold right now. Okay, so firstly, gold is at the end of its move, of a technical analysis wise. Now, I don't give a damn rat's ass what you say about, but you think XYZ. I'm saying technical analysis. And if you say technical analysis doesn't apply to this environment because this time is different, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? No, this time is not different, right? This time is always the same like every other time. Nothing is new in the market. And like, for example, do you realize, like when it comes to the debt bubble right now, people say, that's it, at the end of the bubble, that's it, they can't print any money, that's it, oh my goodness, it's going to explode, that's it, game over for the dollar. Really? Really? What, so they're just going to stop printing money, that's it, it's game over, right? No more printing money? Come on now. If you've studied history, and go study Ray Dalio stuff, pick up his books, study the last 500 years. What does the last 500 years give us a certainty of? In the next recession, which it is coming, and gold will get a crash, gold will get crushed as well in the next recession. So when the recession does come, whether it's now, whether it's gold will get hit big time as well too, right? Everything's going to get hit. Stock market get hit, gold's going to get hit, everything get hit, okay? So that's the first thing I do say. So the second thing I do say is went back to the whole theory about, whoa, that's it, the debt bubble's going to explode and people are saying the great reset's going to happen right now. No. Read history. Do you think the governments are just going to let this thing just fall apart without them fighting tooth and nail? There's more money being printed again coming soon. And we're talking about the biggest QE package you've ever seen. And that's coming. Now, not now, but gradually over the next 1 to 2 years. I would say probably towards the end of this year. I'd say 2026 is going to be a pretty bad year for the economy, right? 2026, I believe that's the thick of the recession period. But on the other side of 2026, that's what's coming, a massive reflation in gold. I see gold 10,000. Right? I do see gold 10,000. But here's what I do say about what's happening here. Technical analysis simply says that if we've been in a very big bull market, and go study the charts, okay? Technical analysis simply says, if we've been in a very big bull market and we actually then suddenly go parabolic after it's been in a bull market for a while, parabolic is that last little, let's keep it PG here, right? You know what happens in the bedroom, right? What happens? You do your work for a while and then boom, climax. Then guess what happens? I'm tired. Now I'm trying to keep it PG here, right? But you see what I'm saying here, right? It's the only analogy I can think about what's happening here, because this is the climax period before what? Before we start that. So technical analysis simply says 1, 2 there. Technical analysis also simply says that history gives us 100% certainty that whenever we do get too far away from the moving average, we end up getting pullbacks. This is what the markets do. Look at the reality of the charts, okay? Right? Look at the reality of the charts. So that's step number 2. What's happening here? Firstly, parabolic move, climax. That's it. You're tired. You need a good night's sleep now. Okay. Especially for us men. She says, "Darling, come on, let's have a cuddle here." I'm like, "Come on, no, I'm too hot now." Guys, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So that's what I do say, okay? And so firstly, parabolic move. Secondly, technical analysis simply says we're too far away from the moving average, so we have at least a good 10 to 15% drop on the downside for then the moving averages come around. Thirdly, we do know the recession is going to start to hit real soon. So when that happens, the gold's going to continue to have a really big drop, and we're not going to see just a 20% drop out of gold. We could actually start to see as much as a 50% drop coming in gold. I know. You know what? And that's what's probably going to come out of the big recession when that happens, especially through the end of next year, right? So 40 to 50%, as much as 50% drop coming in gold. And I do believe that that's what we're seeing through there, right? And again, if you go back and look through history, this is what ends up happening. If you go back to, let's bring up the GLD. And let's go back to 08 period. What actually happened here? Look at this here. So when we actually did have the big move before the crisis, big move, and then ultimately we didn't go straight away, but look at it here. We actually came back down to where those lows periods there. And then we saw this here. Where are we right now? If that happened again, that was that low period. If that happened again, we're talking about a 40%, possibly even a bit of an overshoot of as much as 50% drop coming in gold. And I know I'm going to get the haters coming out because you know what? And I'm going to put it on the title of this video too because you guys clicked on it, so thank you. Now, here's what I do say. The video also titled, right, was also about the trigger. And what is the trigger? The trigger could be and everything goes in cycles, right? Think about this from a cycle analysis perspective. Now, what I'm talking about is this. Any given market you see will not just go straight down and straight up. We do get swings, pullbacks, and so on and so forth, right? The reason I'm saying this here is that right now, if this triggers here, and this is the dollar, we support, and it's support, and now it's broken down past the support, and the last almost 3 weeks now has done nothing in the markets. So this is what I'm looking at here, right? Right here. And then right now we're actually holding this level here, just below here on the daily charts. So I'm now going down to my 4-hour charts to show you this here, okay? Let's delete you off the screen here for a minute. As you can see, we're here right now. If we do start to get, you know what, let's actually do this here, just so you can see what I see, okay? Now, let's do this here. Let's take off all the moving averages because we don't need you, MA. And this is the weekly chart up the top here. All right, you with me so far? Okay, cool. Now, here's what I see. If we do get the trigger, right? If for some reason this actually starts to get a move to the upside like that, right? Let's actually sync you in layout so you can see what I'm looking at. Right, that's what it is from there, right? That's the hourly. This is the hourly chart down the bottom here. That's what the hourly chart will look like down here. This is what the 4-hour chart will look like, and this is the daily chart. What is this? This is now a false breakout. And that actually could be starting to set up right now, right? And so if we start to get this trigger here, where the market does hold, and we start to break back up, this is going to be then a massive, massive slingshot back to the upside of dollar, and dollar's going to retrace at least 50% of the move. And by looking at this weekly chart up here, we're probably going to have a really nice move back up to at least around these levels through here. If I bring on the Fibonacci levels from a high to low period, then yeah, we're probably going to make our way back up towards these levels up through here, as you can see, up through there. Now, if I sync that in layout, then we're probably going to start to see this gold rally up, the dollar rally up through here. On top of all what I just said, with what I just saw with gold, right? And what I'm seeing right now with the recession coming, and what I'm seeing right now when it comes to technical analysis and the parabolic move and the way the charts work and the way these markets work, right? And then also this trigger here could be the next trigger. And once this thing does start to trigger through here, that could be the next trigger for gold to actually come down. Because if we start to actually look at gold right now, look what gold's doing here right now. Gold is holding here right now, right? So people say, oh, gold, what happened to the gold crash? You do realize from the high to low, gold is already down. What is that? What is that? What is that? All right, gold is already down, what, 7% now? And it's just holding here. Guess what comes? So if the dollar does trigger that, what I just said there a minute ago, this is the shorter time frame charts. Look at this here. Guess what's coming out of gold? There. And if that happens in gold, then guess what? Then we're probably going to start to see our move back down towards at least these lows down here. And what would that mean for it? Right, from there to there, that'll be a 15% drop to the next major support level, which is just down here, through there. Right. So, and again, we saw where we are on the daily, on those big long-term weekly charts. Right, we know where we are on the daily charts, and we see what's happening with the dollar as well too, and we see where we are technical analysis. So if this triggers right now, this actually could be the major top in gold, and it could trigger a 50% drop in gold.